Eu vou, como terrorista, vou tocar o terror. No aquecimento cê já viu quem eu sou. Em cada esquina a gente já dominou. De AK-P90 eu tô pronto. Demorou. Contra mim ninguém pode. Eu tenho o tempo certo para sua morte. Isso é skill, não é questão de sorte. Porque eu mando bem, toma aí. Dance a sec, Itália, inferno. Em qualquer mapa eu faço seu cemitério. Sem nenhum mistério, eu jogo sério. Jogador pro, CS é meu império. Posicionamento, trabalho em equipe. Em cada rodada me destaco, sou elite. Pode nos xingar, tem problema nenhum. Plantamos a bomba, já era. Boom! De polícia terrorista, o seu jogo acabou. Você tá...
You know what, this is a little surprising, the fact that 5power banned out Cash, a map where, considering it's literally almost a pug team, you would expect them to try something crazy here. But then again, you know, Cash just requires some level of coordination, some level of comms and whatnot. Yeah, I'm expecting them to try and push it to Mirage and Duster. Now we do have Mirage and Duster remaining.
As well as Inferno.
As well as Inferno. Inferno should definitely be banned out of 5power. I don't see this lineup playing Inferno. That allows...
Whoa! Alright, I'm going to give them props for that by removing it. So if they get it to Dust 2, you can be happy because the individuals can just scrim
tyloo's
galore.
just going to ban out Dust 2.
Alright, well, let's wait and see. Drum roll, please.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, it's Inferno. This one's over. This is a 16-3, 16-5 kind of scoreline.
We can pretty much wrap it up. Go to game number 2.
If you guys want to go make a bacon and egg sandwich while listening to our voices, that could be a good plan.
Or Chad, I got a better idea. You could make me a bacon and egg sandwich.
Okay.
And we just start from there.
Okay.
I'll
show everyone how it's done.
Use your social media to get involved by tweeting pictures of your best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. That's right. Use hashtag #BasicMiner. Make us all this. We don't have bacon and egg sandwich. We got 7.
Okay, team, follow my command. Get in position and make sure I go. Fire in the hole. Okay, let's go. Go, go, go. Play house. Ouve aí. Counter Strike.
Eu vou, como terrorista, vou tocar o terror. No aquecimento cê já viu quem eu sou. Em cada esquina a gente já dominou. De AK-P90 eu tô pronto. Demorou. Contra mim ninguém pode. Eu tenho o tempo certo para sua morte. Isso é skill, não é questão de sorte. Porque eu mando bem, toma aí. Dance a sec, Itália, inferno. Em qualquer mapa eu faço seu cemitério. Sem nenhum mistério, eu jogo sério. Jogador pro, CS é meu império. Posicionamento, trabalho em equipe. Em cada rodada me destaco, sou elite. Pode nos xingar, tem problema nenhum. Plantamos a bomba, já era. Boom! De polícia terrorista, o seu jogo acabou. Você tá na minha mira. Counter Strike, CSGO. De polícia terrorista, o seu jogo acabou. Você tá na minha mira. Counter Strike, CSGO. Eu vou de counter terrorista, a polícia chegou. Se liga, vagabundo, pra vocês acabou. Vamos no objetivo, desarma aí a bomba. Sem chance de defesa, não é brincadeira. Tropa de elite e a faca na caveira. Tamo bem armado, tipo esquadrão do Bob. De AWP, toma aí. Ok, calma aí, estratégia, pode ver, aqui tem. Escutei você, sei de onde cê vem. Controlo a partida porque eu mando bem. Ninguém, não vai subir ninguém. Então vem, eu avanço ligeiro. Você camperando, eu vejo seu medo. Agora cê já sabe com quem eu pareço. Bateu, passou, Capitão Nascimento. De polícia terrorista, o seu jogo acabou. Você tá na minha mira. Counter Strike, CSGO. De polícia terrorista, o seu jogo acabou. Você tá na minha mira. Counter Strike, CSGO. Pode vir, que não tem pra ninguém. De polícia terrorista, te mando pro além. Nos tempos de Lan House e várias noites eu virei. Eu mando nessa porra, vejo 1.6. Pode vir, que não tem pra ninguém. De polícia terrorista, te mando pro além. Nos tempos de Lan House e várias noites eu virei. Eu mando nessa porra, vejo 1.6.
Yeah, Play House, mais uma vez. Trazendo pra vocês mais um rap game. Tamo junto, yeah.
terrorista, vou tocar o terror. No aquecimento cê já viu quem eu sou. Em cada esquina a gente já dominou. De AK ao P90 eu tô pronto. Demorou. Contra mim ninguém pode. Eu tenho o tempo certo para sua morte. Isso é skill, não é questão de sorte. Porque eu mando bem, toma aí. Dance até quitar o inferno. Em qualquer mapa eu faço seu cemitério. Sem nenhum mistério, eu jogo sério. Jogador pro, CS é meu império. Posicionamento, trabalho em equipe. Em cada rodada me destaco, sou elite. Pode nos xingar, tem problema nenhum. Plantamos a bomba, já era. Boom! De polícia terrorista, o seu jogo acabou. Você tá na minha mira. Counter Strike, CSGO. De polícia terrorista, o seu jogo acabou.
He's been able to make it here. Hopefully he's as comfortable as one can be with a busted neck. He's coming in like Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. Minus the little, you know, leather waistcoat thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was heartbreaking to like not see him play, because it's, I don't know, like for me he was always the guy for the team. Like he was the, you know, the fearless leader. So
yeah, Sponge was saying he's like one of the most storied players.
Yeah, well, that we still have who've moved from 1.6 in the Chinese region to CSGO, right? It's him, Savage, and TB who are the names that stand out from that kind of
we don't
era.
really talk about Savage and TB nowadays, but yeah.
Are they dead to us?
Kinda, they're dead to us.
Oh no.
What happened, man?
That's a little rough around the edges.
Fierce Tiger, you know the story, right?
No?
No? The entire land DOS incident?
Wait, hold up. We're going deep in some conspiracy theory stuff here.
We need to educate the viewers. We can never assume.
Alright, so what happened was the reason these guys, the Chinese side, Vici Gaming, reached the minors was because, firstly, they weren't supposed to go to the minors. It was Fierce Tiger who qualified by fielding a VAC ban player.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That'll do it to you every time.
Yeah, and Vici Gaming's gaming house, their internet connection got cut. Like literally got cut, and all fingers are pointing at 5power, and it was very shady, and surprisingly, it was Savage and TB, like very storied old school players. This actually happened, and then when they were forced to play the rematch, they're like, no, our player's on vacation right now, and then they finally withdrew. So we don't really talk about Savage and TB
Interesting
anymore.
times. Interesting times.
Some gangster
Chinese
stuff.
Counter-Strike. It's Wild West.
Covert ops going on, Splinter Cell
Hey,
status.
there's a lot to talk about though, isn't there? You know,
Yeah.
with all that stuff going on. So gotta watch out, man.
I'm a bit worried right
Yes,
now.
indeed. I don't know. What are you worried about exactly?
China's far
Well,
away from here. Just saying.
Yeah, but I'm heading there soon. We gotta be be nice to the Chinese at this point. I don't want to get any power cut. I want the internet while I'm there.
So, since we're talking about internet, we're talking about all this technological stuff. Perhaps I inform you, the viewer at home, that we are just waiting on a quick server restart, and we're going to be jumping into this game rather shortly. Now, with that said, who do you guys have in this one over there?
It's gonna be it has to be tyloo. I mean, the thing is, it's best of one, right? So if something like if they start on the CT side and like I think a better question is like how can 5power possibly win, and if they can just like just push all together into a site and break the buys of tyloo on their CT side, then maybe, I mean, maybe they get like, I don't know, 8 rounds or something. It's hard, but it's best of one.
But how can tyloo know what they're doing if they don't know what they're doing? You know what I mean? That 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional chess, almost FNS status.
I think it's actually the best one. I think it can be an interesting predicament, right? Because if you're on a T side, for example, especially in Asian Counter-Strike, you may want to just keep things simple, keep things slow. So if like 5power tried to make something happen to get an early advantage on the CT side, they can deal with it. But at the same time, people can make mistakes and wait too long and then have time pressure. You put a smoke down, who knows, man? It's like you can have a split decision in a match like this, I think, which can really make things harder than they need to be. So I think it can be a tricky balance to play against a completely. You can't plan for this really, apart from just keep things simple, don't overcomplicate things. I mean, maybe they'll be prone to over-rotation, something that tyloo can try and test. But
Also, we're playing Dust 2, right? So
Inferno.
Oh, Inferno. We're also playing Inferno, right? Damn, I was real close. But just one off, so perhaps. No, I think it was between the two. So yeah, whatever.
50%
Haters will
chance.
hate.
You got a 50%
Yeah, here's
chance
the thing
going
with 5-power though, right? I mean, they do have the firepower. They have some pretty, you know,
They do have the 5-power.
they have the firepower. Like,
I find this very hard to even paint a positive picture in this scenario.
yeah, okay, here's the thing. The good thing going for them are a pretty experienced bunch of players, so it's not going to be a random pug game. They will have a semblance, and they played with each other, by the way. Even Moxie has played with these guys in the past. Kaze stood in for them. They can probably get like 6-7 rounds, maybe, on a good day.
I
That's
have an
about it.
important topic to breach.
All right.
Okay.
Do you think that we could get Dan to use your most prolific casting line, Trace?
I don't think that that's absolutely necessary. In fact, I don't expect this one to be close enough to where it needs to be used, Chad.
We're going to save it?
I think you save it for the real bread and butter matches where it's really close, right there, down to the wire.
Do you want to tell him what it is? Because he may not have heard it.
No, we're probably good.
I'm wondering about what this is. Actually.
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm
this
quite
is.
No,
curious.
Well, I might have
What
to
is this
tell them.
prolific commentating?
All right, Chad,
right
fine.
here?
Let's hear what you got. Do it to me.
It is, and I'm only going to say this once. Holy moly, red beans and ravioli.
It just kind of fell out during a broadcast one time. I can't really explain it. I don't know where my brain was, but it happened.
We talk a lot of crap, but that's
Red beans
I think
and
that's
ravioli.
That's beyond me.
What kind of mix is that? What kind of salad bar have you been to?
I don't know, man. You guys have
he's
the
from
fake
the
barbecue
South.
sauce. So
Red beans and ravioli. Are red beans even called red beans?
I don't know anything
I think
about
they're
beans.
red beans.
I
That's
need
a real
beans.
thing.
I don't think they're called red beans.
Why would you eat
Kidney
beans?
right?
I think yeah, kidney beans, yeah. It's not even real beans.
potato.
What kind of beans? These are street beans.
Thank you so much, Chad Spud Burchill. And we'll be here with him all week long. At my expense, of course.
Of course, we try and make as many jokes about you as humanly possible.
It's okay. I'm like a sponge, one might say.
What's your predictions for this Tainted Minds roster? James or Dan? Or both?
Dan?
Oh, you put me on the spot now. I need to look it up.
I honestly have no idea like I just want to see the action. I need to see some material first before I
Okay.
can make a judgment.
All right.
Yeah.
I get it.
You're ready to
It's,
see the action.
I'm ready to see the action.
You want to see the Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you're not going to
Okay.
see the Eagles here. But
Let's
we
have a
will
look.
see some Counter-Strike. You guys
Ooh.
take it away, and we're going to be heading back upstairs.
Thank God.
All right, well, just before this match starts, so
Yes.
Tainted Minds off news, UC, Yam. Oh, Yam's back. Oh, yeah, he wanted to be at home,
Yeah.
didn't he?
We used to cast these
Inns
guys.
And Burn, are you okay? I'm not familiar with him. Like we've done a lot of Oceanic Counter Strike.
UCs, yeah.
Yeah, we know off
Yam,
news
for
UC
sure.
and Yam. Inns and Sponge. Well, when it comes to it, we'll have a conversation with Sponge about the other two and see if we can shed any light on that one. That will be interesting. But we've got all the players on the server now for 5power and tyloo, so I guess the knife needs to be done. But yeah, it's. I think these in a best of one. I think it's better that you see this in a best of one, right? Because you have the upset potential with basically a mixed team. I have a mixed team called Mixed Koreans. Because that's the best name you can possibly have for a mixed team, right? But just I'm putting it out there that it's too late. It's over. It's game over, man. It's over.
I think
Damn,
it's-
5power won a knife, like pretty good.
It's interesting because, in theory, if you're a really good team, and you like understand the theory, Counter-Strike, and all that jazz, then playing a mixed team like this, it shouldn't be too volatile because it's 3 players. So it is actually like full-on mixed strats. It's not just like one stand-in or something where you can sort of just actually sort of still have a team approach. It's gonna be a puggy approach, and I think that like tyloo, again, like speaking from the theoretical Counter-Strike, if you're
Tyloo.
playing correct Counter-Strike, and you just stick to those fundamentals, you don't have to take as many risks. The opponents will present them to you because they're gonna be full of leaks with how they play, spacing, strats, the way that they do calls, all kinds of stuff.
Hold on, let me just check something.
Will be off. We're into the pistol though, and 5power are
They chose to play on a T side.
they're gonna be on 1 smoke. I mean,
In a best of one.
yeah, I think T side's probably might
Actually,
be easier on the T side with a mix.
Yeah, in
of 5
fairness,
people.
I do think it is a T side where they win this game if they win this game by just breaking the buy rounds of tyloo, start with some kind of basic default. You go here, I go there, etc. And then move into Carnage. That'll be just too
deep.
late there. I'll have to see a good grenade, but this time he'll slightly miss the mark.
I remember in Shanghai, Excurate was an absolute god, so I'm looking forward to seeing more from Excurate. He had some insane rounds, And very, very talented player. And then obviously, you know, just star-studded lineup as far as, you know, China is concerned. Somebody, Didi, Bentet also a fan favorite. Captain Mo, also a fan favorite. Obviously, it's kind of crazy that he accidentally been injured for a while, but I'm just so amazed to see that he's still out there playing despite that. So it's really fun to see a full lineup after, you know, being in Shanghai and being denied the full lineup from tyloo.
I just hope he can play with comfort, considering his current predicament. I don't know, like, I mean, he's literally, well, I don't know if he's sitting in a wheelchair right now, but he is wheelchair bound in general. But I don't know if he has, for example, I mean, I would assume he's been lifted into a gaming chair because the height of the wheelchair probably too low for the table, right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Unique challenges for the tyloo team.
I think again they'll be fine so long as they sort of just start slow, stick to some good fundamentals, and they shouldn't need to take too many risks. But 5power, they do offer the deadly confidence of a mixed team, the nothing to lose mentality, and that's going to make them, you know, pretty scary in some of the faster rounds. They're taking this one quite slow, but you know, we can expect more simple things as well from them. You know, very one-dimensional thinking, I would imagine. Obviously, it remains to be seen, but you know, it's unlikely we're going to see them making a lot of crazy mid-round calls. If they decide to go towards A, they're probably going towards A. So, nice little setup here towards Arch side. The bait.
Look at the time on the clock here. This is the kind of issue where 5power causing problems for themselves. It's a 5 versus 5 push of the site with 15 seconds on the clock.
Oh dear.
And you simply can't wait this long. And I mean, yes, they're a mixed team, but I don't think that is a reason to be waiting this period of time. I think any 5 players can have better timing than that. So I don't see that as an excuse. I mean, you might have your plans, but you should have general awareness of timing and error correction and such. So that is that may be telling of what we can expect in this match, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a little bit shocking because I would have expected them to think, all right, guys, what is something that's pretty easy for us to pull off here? Well, that's just a very fast round, like a really fast round, very limited decision making. Just get into a B-bomb site or something like that on the anti-force spy, but it really depends on sort of how their mentality is, because they may not sort of respect the fact that they have certain strengths as a mixed team, and they may be trying to play too much Team Counter-Strike in a sense, which may be more difficult than just trying to stick to more puggy stuff. So we'll see how that turns out, but that is a pretty nice start for tyloo in the end, if they can hold on to this round, which you would imagine that they'd be able to. There's only one smoke grenade on 5power, which presumably will be on CT, or for the CT spawn area on the B-bomb site. So here they go, moseying on up towards B, and tyloo have no info, and they may not actually rotate somebody in time here, because they don't seem like they're going to go for any info either. They are putting all their faith in Bentet.
QKA, if you're wondering. The rest, I guess, is his face username.
Queen King Ace. He did.
Indeed he is, and it's a no flashbang push for the remaining 4 players. It seems the bomb will go down. Now they've got an AK, and they only have a man disadvantage. 2 of the 3 players of Kevlar. Boost coming into tyloo eventually, and that will stop Moxie from getting into position. Double peek will not be good enough. Shao Stage gets 2 out of it, actually. That's a lot of damage for 5power.
Yeah, I do think that it's a bit strange that tyloo, with no information, would just stack towards the A site. I'm not sure what the reason is for that. Obviously, you know, I'm sure they can have faith in Bentet, but it's if you're in a situation where it could be that the T's with 5 CZs can explode onto your site against 1 player, that's not an ideal situation if you have no warning or no way for Bentet to stop it. If he's playing car and he can see them coming with a jump peek and can drop a smoke or something, that's a different story to play 1 player there then. But yeah, definitely quite risky. Do win the round though, and it's going to be hard for 5power to do post plants and everything like that, because just that communication to, you know, as to like who's going to stand in which spots, it's going to be pretty chaotic, I would imagine. Speaking of chaotic, we get a push here from tyloo. Doesn't initially work out that well, but somebody looks to try to clean things up. And that's a path through onto the bomb site. So once again, that B site, they're looking to get a 3v3 after plant.
Boosterino, surely 5power will look for this. Now they see it. Looking to engage maybe with a double peek. Molly to force teeth in their position, but there are too many targets. And inscreva has some problems here on his own now with the AWP. There's one kill for him. He has a smoke. He's got a molly as well. He's got a 1 versus 1. And now maybe it's time to retreat. Surely he can't get back to the site and win this round.
Oh dear. tyloo just really giving up the B sites. It really shows you that on the anti-force buy, 5power should have just rushed, just walked into B. Seems to be fairly easy for them at the moment. And tyloo, they lost their initial player by just trying to flash him into a big peak on banana. And it did not work out. Back to the CZs for tyloo. Have 5power learned from their mistakes of playing this round too slowly? Looks like that might be the case. Moxie, 1 minute 30, is already in Arch with the bomb. That's pretty impressive. He can wrap into the A sites. And there you go. Moxie will take down Captain Mo. And that should be the round now. Very strange stuff for tyloo. Not a bit of a shaky start, one could say. Thought they were all geared up to do quite well after winning the force buy rounds. But that B bomb site has proven difficult so far. QKA looking for the remaining tyloo players, but they are chilling out at the moment. They need to full save next round. Holding on to only really a CZ and a Kevlar.
Boom. Best of 1, baby. Nothing is guaranteed.
Wonder if tyloo will start putting 3 on B at the start of rounds, instead of having this situation where they push with just 2 players, one guy dies and then the other guy just gets pushed down and they lose the round. Could be the adjustment. They actually invest a fair amount into this round, which is cool.
5 smoke grenades. I do wonder if I feel like Inferno is one of the strongest maps for a CT eco or force buy.
Nice.
That's one way to deal with it though. QKA with the Royal Flash. Nice control from 5power. So I was interested to see if the kind of smoke grenade tech on the CT side, how prevalent it was in Asian Counter-Strike. There was a last-ditch attempt there, which is good for 1 kill, but that's about it. I know we've got some figureheads from European Counter-Strike in Asia, and I think that kind of thing on Inferno could be very powerful indeed. So 5power off to a good start. Strike in now Asia. tyloo have a opportunity to stabilize. But again, I mean, if 5power break the buy, if they just do something solid and win the duels, push a site before it's before tyloo can do anything about it. Ooh, QKA gets another one out there on his own. tyloo continues to fight, but may not want to finish off that exchange.
This is a good adjustment, though. This is what I was talking about. Just putting 3 banana to start with. If the Ts are, if there's opportunity to push and get kills, and they're putting lots of traffic there, you can do that. inscreva, it's not the guy you want to be up against. He is very good. We saw him doing crazy things in Shanghai recently. And it looks like a great start and perhaps finish maybe, unless Shao Sage can somehow get another kill here for a plant. He will get the kill, but he doesn't expect the next player oncoming. That's very sad for him, but a great effort, good damage done regardless, although he did not get the bomb down, but they do have quite a bit of money still. So it does put tyloo in a really awkward position. And I think tyloo really encouraged to go and push Banana here with what they have. Get some early control because their weaponry sucks.
Two towards the B-bomb site this time for tyloo. Double grenades. 5power have not been shy to get into Banana early. Shao Sage by the tree. Joined by QKA. Double arch play for tyloo. They'll begin with their first smoke on top mid at 125. 4 smokes in the hole for tyloo. And again, this is something that 5power need to do is exhaust the utility of tyloo. They're being extremely patient on Banana, but no further challenge beyond the initial grenades. I think they need to show some presence towards top Banana. There's a second smoke. No, that's actually from the T. So tyloo is still sitting on 4 smoke grenades with 1 minute on the clock. So again, 5power need to force them to expend their utility and feel threatened, but they still haven't gone up top Banana. So this is something to keep an eye on. Second smoke deployed, and they've put one in the middle of Banana now as well. So 5power will have to wait. Look at the time on the clock. This could win the round on its own, basically. Somebody towards B has another smoke. The last smoke. He's spotting, but with 30 seconds, you want to drop that smoke, I think.
Yeah, you can just drop it, right? Looks like he's going to do it. Nicely done. And they're going to have to run through it now. There's the flash through the smoke. Very hard to avoid somebody with the AK. Just having at them 2 quick kills for him as the rotation comes in. No smoke onto CT just yet. And this UMP is doing excellent damage. Somehow a 2v2, but 10 seconds to go. They have to plant the bomb. That's a big opportunity here for DD to close the distance as they do get it planted. And he will find QKA. Now just K's by construction behind the coffins, looking to try to defend this bomb. And the tap comes in. Did he hear that? Oh, he didn't seem to realize straight away. And that'll be the end of him.
I think that tyloo probably could have had a better hold if they were more aggressive. Bearing in mind, was the guy boosted on first oranges or second oranges? Because bearing in mind that they had a smoke in the hole, somebody went all the way back deep into the site to throw a pop flash off the barrels, but he could have just thrown a pop flash behind him in the pull position and stayed next to the smoke. Obviously, there's a chance that the T's could spray through the smoke, but so late in the game, they're more likely to be making a play, perhaps with a flashbang or something. So I think with different setups, tyloo get a lot more kills there and lose a lot less players. But again, so these are like, to me, these are some basic concepts which are handicapping 5power, which aren't necessarily about not having the right players, but maybe it depends on the experience of the other ones, where it's just basic Inferno force the CTs to use their utility, so they are short-handed, if you will, late in the round. They are ill-equipped.
For this round, they got those double AKs. tyloo boost over the smoke, and tyloo just waiting to see what 5power do in this round. And this is where things get kind of hard when you have the mixed team trying to run defaults and so on, and can often be things that might be missed, protocols that might not be there. Might get a pop flash here for somebody. Indeed, he's going to go investigate top Banana. I don't know if he saw anyone re-smoking the top of Banana just as all of the T's are coming towards this position. This is kind of huge because that's going to slow them down. And did he decide to just go through it? Somebody is waiting around the corner. I'm not sure if this is going to work out for him. He'll get one, but immediately traded. I don't think that's necessarily the result they wanted. They completely abandoned the B-bomb site. I don't think that makes too much sense, and they're going to suffer for it because now it's going to be a 3v4 after plant. And 5power, they could very well have run out of time, but DD's one and done position, not ideal in the 5v4. Oh dear, it's all going a bit sideways now.
Crikey. There is the flash. That's a 1v2. Bentet kind of has to do this. Does he see where the second player is? He knows he's being baited, and he still gets the kill. He's got to push fast. QKA will finish off the job. And this is what I'm talking about. Best of one. If you can just break these buys with tyloo, then this can be winnable.
I feel like tyloo making big mistakes, though. I don't know why we have one guy alone sort of playing this one and done position. I feel like, you know, you can throw that smoke, but then you want to fall back onto the site, call for a rotation. Because as soon as, if you're alone on the site, and in a 5v4, as soon as you die, then that's that. If you have not allowed time for rotation, then you're going to lose that bomb site, and then the Ts will have a huge advantage. And then there's also the argument, do you want to, in a 5v4 as a CTs with very limited time on the clock, do you want to gamble on a bomb site with 0 information? And also it seems suspect. That's also how they lost one of the previous rounds. They lost it in exactly the same way. So tyloo need to start being a little bit tighter from that perspective. Otherwise they are going to lose against the mixed team.
In comes the beginnings of a push. 3 CTs here, although there are still 2 Ts towards the A site, but it seems the bomb is kind of committing towards B, so there are 2 players towards A. And now with a frag, they are tyloo not really sure what's going on, because there are frags coming in both ways, and the last player on Banana is the person carrying the bomb, QKA, who will rotate towards the A side. So it seems 5power are trying to take both sides at the same time, but A will be the one which will be successful. Bentet and Execurate on AKs, nothing to really lose in this round, so I'm sure they'll go for it. Execurate, though, is at a very disadvantageous angle. Moxie's doing 3 jobs at once, but still gets the kill, and that might shut down the round.
Yeah, I feel like Execurate, if he wins that, then maybe there's a chance. He's so good too, so unfortunate for him to not get that kill. Because he did check it too, he actually properly checked everything, which is cool. Sometimes you see players sort of half-check things, not really sort of check, just like swing their mouse in the general direction and then, then away and then get wrecked by a position. But he actually went for it. And that'll be the 6th round for 5power, and indeed they are having a pretty good half at this point. But again, I think there has been some glaring issues in some of the decisions that tyloo have made on their defense, which has really cost them. I think a good general rule is that unless you're in a lot of trouble or a disadvantage, you don't want to blindly gamble, stack towards one side of the map, unless you have the information as the CTs. And that has what has cost tyloo massively. Okay, so they do have the rifles back out again. We're seeing very limited AWPs here on the CT side. Their money's always getting wrecked.
All right then, Execurate is going just on a very long journey, but there's nobody there to trade kill for him. There are 3 players on Banana, but he's charging in on his own. Somebody will win the 2nd duel though. So job done the hard way, but job done. They have control of Banana as well. And 5power don't know that there are 2 players towards Banana. All they know is that somebody is there. Captain Mo on the balcony and DD on Arch. Now, I feel like, I mean, it was quite telling that 5power picked the T side. This is where they need to win the map, if you will, by getting as many rounds as possible. tyloo 4 from 10, I don't think is as bad as it looks for tyloo. 5power, excuse me, I feel like they need 10, 11 rounds here. Otherwise, they should be in trouble.
It's a good pick for 5power. Yeah, I'm already thinking tyloo are in trouble right now. Bentet needs to hold Banana by himself. Standing on the wall, 1 kill. Got to fall back and away. Does he have any nades? No, no nades. Rotation's really fast. So he's